Today I want to walk through my picks, and I did really well after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's OU-related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today I want to walk through my week 2 picks. I'm actually pretty decent at this. I'm going to give you the grand tally at the end. Right, so I'm sure you already scrolled through, but check it. Start at the top, work my way down, give some analysis along the way. So I study for these picks. I check lots of different places. I check rankings. I check ratings. I check team efficiencies. I look at the overall state of the roster. I look at the 24/7 talent composite. I try to give an informed, pick, right? Because I've taken it seriously this year to see just how good I am. And the RJ Young service line, it's been pretty decent, man. So South Dakota at Oklahoma, that line moved from, I locked it in at 36.5. It moved all the way up to 44.5. Oklahoma still covered straight up 70-14 against South Dakota. So that's a W and a W. WW means straight up and against the spread, right? So first one is straight up. Second one is against the spread. Number 6, LSU at number 9. Texas was +6 when I took it. I think it moved all the way up to 7. Either way, LSU had you back. 45-38, W and a W. I called this one. I gloated about it. I'm still going to gloat about it because I'm just that good at looking at what your roster has and does not have. Texas fans, fight me. All right, West Virginia at Missouri. West Virginia is so bad. I mean, Austin Kendall had an opportunity to be really good, and then there was a mass exodus over the spring and the summer from the Mountaineers. Neil Brown is trying to build something out there, but it ain't going to be this year. Missouri put up 38 to their 7. That's a W and a W. I picked that game. The line was 14 when I locked that in. My goodness. Bowling Green at Kansas State, sacrificial lamb. The line was 23.5 when I locked it in. Kansas State won straight up 52-0. Oof. Chris Kleiman, all of a sudden, hey man, maybe they could do something in the Big 12. We'll have to wait and see. Coastal Carolina at Kansas. I had Kansas locked in at given 8. Man. I looked at the box score of Coastal Carolina, Kansas. Found out that, Kansas ain't very good at converting third downs or fourth downs and gave up the only 2 turnovers in the game. Coastal Carolina won 12-7. Sounds like it was ugly. Didn't watch it. Picked it entirely off of rosters and what I thought Les Miles was going to be able to do at home. Turns out all he could do at home was get that L. My goodness. Number 12, Texas A&M at Clemson. So I locked this in at 17.5, right? Clemson, give it 17.5. Cool. I got him straight up, got him covering all of it. Jimbo Fisher calls a timeout with 10 seconds left to play just outside the end zone. Gets the touchdown. They lose 24-10. Jimbo Fisher throws a middle finger to the betting community. Thank you for that, Jimbo. So I took a win with straight up or outright, and then I took an L in the spread because Jimbo Fisher hates gambling. Army at Michigan, number 7 Michigan, 22.5. That's what this line ended at. It opened at 23. And I said off top, are they trying to give us money? Because it sounds like they're trying to give us money with this line. Because anybody that watched Army play football knows there probably ain't 22 points between the two of them. Now, it's a joke, but you get the point there because Army holds the ball. They run a great system with this flex bone. They love to run the clock. They use it to their advantage. They turn 3rd and 17 in a punt situation into 3 minutes of holding the ball. You're just not going to get that many opportunities to score, which means that your defense has to get some takeaways and go score. And even as there were a bunch of turnovers in this game, still went in a double overtime. Army still, I felt bad for them because it came down to Kelvin Hopkins and 2 passes that I know he wanted back. Michigan wins 24-21 in overtime at the Big House. But for your boy, that meant a W and a W because I picked Michigan to win and I picked Army to cover. Cal at Washington, number 14 Washington. That one got crazy because it got started 3 hours after it was supposed to get started. So it was into the wee hours of the morning Central Time. And then you had Cal in the game late. They kicked a field goal to win it late. They stopped Washington from moving the ball. Jacob Eason did not look good. Justin Wilcox gets a signature win at Cal. For your boy, that's a loss and a loss. Man, I had Washington just kind of walking through that one. They were given 14 in that game. Number 18, Central Florida at Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic was getting 10. I'm going, wait a second, what did I miss? Because I watched Florida Atlantic play against Ohio State, and I know what's on the roster. And Brandon Wimbush didn't even have to play in this one. And they still won 48-10. So that's a W and a W. Number 21, Syracuse at Maryland. I was giddy about this because Maryland was given to as an unranked team against number 21, Syracuse. That was a paper tiger. And then Josh Jackson, Anthony McFarland Jr. went out there and destroyed everything that you know and love, Orangemen. My goodness. What was that? 63-20, and the line was given to. Easy money for your boy. W and a W. Number 23, Stanford at USC. I took Stanford with USC giving a point, and Keaton Slovis said, hey, RJ, hold both of these L's. Rock double fist of these. 377 yards through the air. Torching Stanford. And now Stanford has to go and play a ranked opponent in Central Florida next week, but big ups for USC because all of a sudden they go from losing JT Daniels to playing what we thought was going to be a rough and tumble game against Fresno State, coming out with a W, to they're 2-0 and ranked. Clay Helton says, I ain't dead yet. Then we got Marshall at Boise State, number 24 Boise State. I picked Marshall to cover. I thought 12 was just given too much if you're Boise State. Turns out it was right. 14-7, low scoring affair. So those of you that took the under, congratulations. But for your boy, that's a W and a W. Number 25, Nebraska at Colorado. People forget, Nebraska was 4-8 last year. And for those that ranked them in the preseason, in both the coaches poll and the AP poll, shame on you. I want to see the receipts because Nebraska needed to be stripped of its rank and title after this. Colorado, bad defensively. But Nebraska said, no, we'll match that. Maurice Washington had a day. Adrian Martinez didn't look bad, but Laviska Shenault said, I'm going to put the team on my back. 34-31. Mel Tucker gets a signature win at home against Scott Frost and ranked Nebraska. It's W and W for your boy. Colorado was given 3.5 in that game. I feel real good about it. Tulsa at San Jose State. San Jose State was getting 6. And I was like, all right, cool. San Jose State played well against Northern Colorado, but who hadn't played well against Northern Colorado? Tulsa goes down there, handles business, get about 500 yards of offense, get about 250 on the ground. That's a W and a 34-16 win for my alma mater. McNeese State at Oklahoma State. I got a little greedy here, I admit. Oklahoma, like Oklahoma State, everybody else, we all picked them to win. But I thought that Sterling Gilbert would be able to send a team up here with Cody Orgeron, Ed Orgeron's son, and cover at getting 38. Turns out I was wrong. Lose that game 56-14. Tylan Wallace had 180 yards receiving. Spencer Sanders had another outstanding day. I'm looking forward to Tulsa versus Oklahoma State. That one ought to be really good. I thought Oklahoma State should have been ranked in week 3. Perhaps they'll get ranked in week 4 because that team is much better than people are giving it credit for. That brings the week 2 tally. 17 games picked. Went 13-4 straight up. Went 11-6 against the spread. The year-to-date tally is I am 29-7 straight up, and I am 25-11 against the spread. You do the math. Pretty good at picking winners. Probably going to keep doing this as long as I'm good at it. All right, that's it for me. Doses.